All right, we will start standing at the top of our mat. Yeah, take your feet hip distance apart, close your eyes. Invite in a nice deep breath in through your nose. Just a nice big sigh out through your mouth. And then start to settle into your body. Noticing any sensations that are already present there today. And as you drop into your breath, notice if you can smooth out your transitions between your inhales and your exhales. You can invite in a little bit more depth with each breath, just starting to fill those small crevices between each of your back ribs. And also elongating the space that's in between the bottommost rib and the top of your hip bones. And really standing tall, filling up your lungs completely, and then on your exhales, finding some engagement in your lower abdomen. And just take one more breath here. Softly blink your eyes open, turn your palms to face forward. With your next breath in, reach your arms all the way up overhead. And on your exhale, right away today, take a forward fold. So you can put a little bend in your knees, your hands can come to the ground, or you can grab your elbows. And just take a moment to kind of hang here. Let your head get heavy and notice the length in your spine as you fold. Your next breath in, halfway lift, lengthen your spine. And you'll simply just start to walk out your legs. So bend your right knee, press your left hip bone back and bow forward. And then just start to switch sides one at a time, alternating your knee bends. And as you straighten the opposite leg, think about pressing your hip bone towards the back of your mat. So you'll feel some length come into that space again that's between your bottom ribs and the top of your hip bones. And just send your breath there, creating some space. Awesome. Next breath in, halfway lift, lengthen your spine. Exhale, forward fold. Again, halfway lift, breath in. This time, put a bend in your right knee. Place your right hand in front of your left foot. Take your left arm up. If you need to grab your left ankle with your right hand, you can also do that, or take your right hand to a block. Okay. And then take a moment to really draw your left arm straight back, just to open your chest a little bit more as you press into your right hand. Breathe in. Maybe reach your left arm forward overhead as you press your left hip bone back, finding a little more length through your waist. And then softly release your hand to the ground. Good. Halfway lift again. Breath in. Bend your left knee. Take your left hand in front of your right foot. Take your right arm up towards the sky. We press our right hip bone back. Pull the crown of your head forward. Draw your right arm back to open your chest. And then maybe extend your arm forward. If you can't do so without collapsing in your chest, it's better just to stay straight up. Take one more breath, press your right hip bone back, and then exhale, softly release. Good. Lift and lengthen one more time. Exhale, step your feet back, find your plank pose. Spread your fingertips really wide. And maybe rock forwards and backwards, pressing into the fingertips, the palms of your hands. Good. And then with your next inhale, you'll find your tippy toes. On your exhale, lower all the way down to your mat. Good. From here, swing your elbows out wide, ground your fingertips underneath your elbows. With an inhale, lift your heart up, shoulder blades pull back and down. Exhale, slowly release right back down. Good, again like that. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, lower. One more time, inhale. And exhale. Ground your hands under your shoulders. With a breath in, lift your heart up again like a baby cobra. Squeeze your elbows tight to your body. Exhale, you press back, child's pose. Okay, take a long breath in. Long breath out. And then from here, come forward into an all fours position. Right away, bring your knees together to touch. And then sit right back down onto your heels. Take your arms up overhead. You'll grab opposite elbows. Yeah, and then draw your navel in towards your spine. Lengthen through your waist. Lift your elbows up towards the sky. Then take a side bend to your left. And as you do so, keep your heart open. Inhale. On your exhale, turn your chest down towards the floor a little bit. Roll your body down towards your knees and then come up the other side, inhaling, the left elbow lifts. Keep going in a big circle like that. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. One more time. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift back up. We'll switch direction. Exhale to the right. Inhale, left. Exhale, right. One more. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, you rise back up through center. Interlace your hands behind your back. Stay long through your waist, but pull your knuckles towards the floor. Then take your chin in towards your chest. Good. Roll your head over towards your left shoulder. Keep pulling your knuckles down, your shoulders down, and just simply lift your chin up an inch or two. And roll your chin back through center. Roll it to your right shoulder. Again, maybe pick up your chin just a little bit. And then release chin to chest. Good. Release your hands, come up to all fours. And you'll pause here, swing your left shin out like a kickstand. So your left foot will come off of your mat, take your right leg straight back and your right arm up towards the sky. From there, press hard into the outer edge of your right foot. Try again, reaching your right arm forward. If you end up collapsing here, it's better again just to stay open. Yeah, otherwise just get long. Draw your navel in so you're not crunching in your low back. It's almost like you want to take your butt in a little, engage your abdomen. Nice. And then open your heart. Okay, big breath in like you're taking it into a little bit of a back bend. Pull your right arm back towards your right hip, and then again, we'll bring it down towards the floor, just making big circles with our right arm. Inhale up. Exhale, sweep it down. One more inhale. And then exhale, both hands come down to the mat. Take your knees to touch, switch sides. Left leg goes back, left arm reaches up. And it might reach it forward. Again, you choose. Listening to your body. Take one more moment just to stretch here, pressing into the outer edge of your back foot. Good. Open your heart, belly in. Good. And then you'll swing your left arm back behind you. And then exhale it all the way down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. One more inhale. Exhale, lower. Plant both hands on the floor. Tuck your left toes under. Come right into your downward facing dog. Nice. Reach through your fingertips. If you want to walk your legs out, you can do so. And start to soften both heels towards your mat. Nice. Draw your navel in towards spine to get really long. And lift your heels up high. Lower your heels towards the right so the edges of your feet will come down. Push your hips up and back towards the back right diagonal. Good. And then really breathe into your left side waist as you roll your left shoulder down. Come back through center, inhale. Drop your heels to the left. Root through your right arm. Lengthen up through your right hip. And again, come back through center. Yeah, with your next breath in, lift your heels high, roll your body forward, plank pose. Exhale, chaturanga. Upward facing dog, big breath in, pause here. Keep your knees off the floor, look to your right as you lower your left hip just a little bit. And then switch sides, look center and then left, lower your right hip. Look center, press back, downward facing dog. Good. We'll stretch our right leg up towards the sky. Engage your stomach and open your right hip without bending your knees. So you're just getting as long as you can through your right side. Take a breath in. On your exhale, step your right foot to the top of your mat. You'll ground your back heel coming right into warrior two, opening up towards the left. And then settle in to your right thigh, relax your shoulders. Good. And see if you can pull your feet in towards one another, engaging the insides of your legs. Zip up your belly, then sink just an inch deeper in your right leg. From here, keep your bottom half exactly as it is. Reverse your warrior, right arm goes up. Lift and lengthen through your ribs. So lifting your ribs up away from your hips. Take a breath in. Exhale, extended side angle, right elbow to right thigh or right hand to the floor. Left arm can go straight up or it can reach out in front of you. Again, you listen to your body. A really common thing to do here, you guys, is to stick your ribs out. So think about plugging in. And when you make that adjustment on yourself, you'll feel length happen in your spine and through your waist. Good, one more breath. Awesome, guys. Use your legs to pull yourself all the way back up. Warrior two, reverse your warrior breath in. On your exhale, we'll come back through warrior two. Take your left hand inside your right foot. Lift your left heel. From here, you're going to point your right toes towards the right diagonal. You might have to slide it out towards the right a little bit. Take your right hand behind your head. Pull your right hip back as you peel your heart open. Fire up your left thigh. Draw your belly in, breathe in. Exhale, hands to mat. Step back, take your vinyasa if you want it, or go right into your down dog. Take a few moments to notice your waist. Notice any sensation. Bring your left leg up. Again, keeping your belly engaged, open your left hip. Keep your legs straight, get long. Inhale here, exhale, knee towards your nose. Step your left foot to the top of your mat. Ground your right heel, warrior two, you rise up. Settle into your left thigh. Draw your tailbone down, belly in. And again, we'll pull our feet towards one another and then sink an inch deeper. Hold that, reverse your warrior, lifting up through your ribs. Try not to rely on this back hand. Take a big breath in to stretch. Exhale, extended side angle, elbow to knee or left hand to the ground. And just think about getting as long as you can. From the back of your right foot, pinky toe side of your right foot through your fingertips. Like you're reaching for something through your right arm. And then plug your belly and your shoulders back. Take one more breath. Good. Reach your right arm back. Find your feet. Warrior two. Good. Reverse your warrior breath in. We're finding that twist on our exhale. Right hand comes inside your left foot. Lift your right heel. Point your left toes at a diagonal. Left hand comes behind your head. Heart forward. Draw your left foot backwards towards the back of your mat. When you do that, you'll feel your left hip open up. Take one more breath. And exhale, release hands to ground. Step back, Vinyasa, maybe right to your down dog or child's pose. Good. Full inhale. Full exhale. Good. One more time. Big breath in. Big breath out. Good. Take your right leg up. Bend your right knee. Open your hip. Take your right knee towards your left elbow. Good. Once you arrive there, you'll extend your right leg out towards the side. Shooting star, I believe this is called. Open up your heart, or fallen triangle. I think they both count. Extend through your left arm, wherever it is. Take a big breath, hips lift. Exhale, left hand back to the floor. Take your right leg all the way up and back, breath in. On your exhale, step your right foot forward. We'll come right into our pyramid pose. So send your left foot to that 45-degree angle. Lift and lengthen through your spine. Exhale, bow forward. And take a moment here to just settle into the stretch. A lot of times with these deep hamstring stretches, there's a lot of feeling. So see if you can tune into that feeling, breathe into it, create space. While you're here, just check that you stay nice and soft in your face. The backs of your knees are soft, so you're not hyperextending, especially this right leg. There's a little micro bend. Good. From here, halfway lift, breath in. Take your right hand inside your right foot. And we'll take our left arm up towards the sky. It's like a mini triangle. So it's supposed to be a short triangle. Yeah, and then from here, tuck your tailbone in a little bit. Really scoop your right hip underneath your left, like you're peeling open your left lung towards the sky. Option 1 is to stay exactly as you are. Okay. Option number 2, reach your left arm forward. It'll make it a little deeper. Option number 3, take your right hand towards your left big toe, and you can stop wherever you want. Keep your right knee soft. Option 4, your left fingers grab your right big toe. This is big. Once you get there, you peel your heart open. Okay, so wherever you end up, take 2 more breaths. Okay, and then softly release. Both hands will come down. Frame your right foot, halfway lift, inhale. Step onto your right leg to find a standing split just for a moment. Yeah, bowing forward over that right thigh. Take your chin towards your chest, maybe grab your right ankle, exactly. Good. Big breath in. Look at your right foot, bend your right knee, you'll step your left leg back as far as you can. Good, and then you'll drop your back knee, find a low lunge. Take your arms up overhead. Good, and then when you arrive here, settle into your front thigh after you zip up your stomach. So it's easy again to kind of collapse here into this left hip, into your belly, your lower back. So we want to lift and then bend the knee. Grab your left wrist with your right hand, reach up to lengthen, and then take a little side bend. Good. Keep pressing your left hip forward. Keep opening your heart towards the sky. Good. Then softly come through center. Release your fingertips to the ground. Pull your hip bones back. Straighten your right leg. Flex your right toes. Good. You can bow forward here for some of you. You might find a full split. You might stay in a fold. You might also need blocks under your hands. So whatever option feels right for you today. Let's take about 5 breaths wherever that is. Lengthen your spine, inhale. Okay. Last one on this side. We'll step back onto our right foot. Take your right hand inside your right foot. Take your back shin parallel with the back of your mat. So your left foot will swing towards the right side of your mat, and then open up your chest once again towards the sky. So really working on drawing your chest towards the top of your mat. Pull your left arm back to find some space in the front of your chest, and then again, maybe you reach forward to create more length through your waist. And all the while, you want to be pressing your right shoulder into your right thigh. You might get a really nice hip opener here as well. Good. Release both hands to the floor. Today, swing your left shin back to normal. You'll point your right toes, walk them out towards the right a little bit. Point them out towards the right slightly, towards that right diagonal. Walk your hands forward. Bus stop yoga. Some of you will stay there. Some of you might drop your forearms. If you drop your forearms, try this on. Press into the outer edge of your right foot. Pull your right hip bone back. And then cross your right fingertips over your left hand. So you're reaching towards that left diagonal. And I like to drop my head, and you can kind of cradle your head in your right arm. And this time we want to be breathing into our right waist. Yeah, and it takes a little bit of action in that right leg to find the stretch. So you want to be pushing your right foot into the ground and also drawing it towards the back of your mat. Let's take one more breath. Come back into center. Last one. Either take your right hand to your right thigh. Open up your right hip. Maybe you stay here, staying nice and engaged through your torso. If you want the quad stretch, you'll bend your left knee, reach back with your right hand to grab a hold of your left foot. Then I like to take a moment to push my foot into my hand to open my chest, find the back bend, but then draw my foot in a little closer to my hips to find a really good quad stretch. All the while, my left knee and my right foot are squeezing in towards each other. A big breath in. And exhale, softly release. Plant your right hand down on the floor, tuck your left toes, step straight back into your downward facing dog. Big breath in. Big breath out. Roll forward, plank pose, inhale. Exhale, chaturanga, upward facing, and downward facing dog. Good. Nice. And just again, feel the effects of your practice so far. Without any kind of judgment. And let go of any kind of expectation you might have for this side. And let's take our left leg up. Okay, bend your knee, open your hip. Good. You'll take your left knee towards your right elbow. Extend your leg out into that fallen triangle. Drop your back heel. Open your heart. So find your feet, lift your hips, drop your head back, reach for something. And then release. Right hand down. Left leg goes up and back. Step your left foot forward. Find that pyramid pose. So ground your back heel. Heel to heel alignment, right toes point out to the side, lengthen your spine, and then fold once again. And remember that we don't normally land in our full expression of the posture, right? It almost always takes some settling, some time and breath for your body to find ease. And if you can be aware of those places that are holding you back a little bit, and then really focus your breath into those places, and that'll probably make a pretty big difference. Let's take 3 more breaths here. Keep pressing into your right foot to bring your right hip bone forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Take your left hand inside your left foot. Open up into that mini triangle, so right arm will reach up towards the sky. Press your right hip bone back, tuck your left hip bone under, open up your heart. Again, step 1, you stay as you are. Step 2, reach your right arm forward. If you feel really good here, you stay, or keeping your left knee a little bit bent so you don't hyperextend, grab your right big toe with your left hand. Maybe reach your right hand around to grab your left toe. And again, you stop where you need to stop. Wherever you end up, make sure you can still open your chest. Breathe into your right waist. Inhale. Exhale, softly unwind. Halfway lift, frame your left foot, find that standing split. Press down to lift up. Yeah, extend and then fold over your left thigh, maybe grabbing your ankle. Good, breath in. Look at your left foot, bend your left knee, step your right foot as far back as you can. We'll find that low lunge, drop your right knee to the floor. Take your arms up overhead. Yeah, and once you arrive, we lengthen our low back and then find the depth in the front thigh. And if your hip's really open to the right, you guys, you don't have enough integrity in your legs. So you want to keep your legs really active. Your inner thighs are active. Good, and then grab a hold of your right wrist with your left hand. Reach up to lengthen. Take a slight side bend towards your left as you press your right hip forward. Inhale. Exhale, release. Hands to mat. Pull your hips back. Find that half split. You can make your way into your full split here as well if you did on the other side. Know that both sides of our body are rarely perfectly symmetrical with each other, and that's okay. What we want to be aware of here is that we're staying active in our left foot. So a great way to really activate this stretch is to push your left heel into the floor, flex your toes, and then think about almost like you're sticking your butt towards the back wall behind you. You should find a great amount of stretch in your left hamstring. Take a breath in, breath out. Good, halfway lift. We'll put the bend back into our left knee. Make sure your knee is pretty much lined up with your ankle. Take your left hand inside your left foot. Swing your right shin parallel to the back of your mat. Right arm will reach up. Try not to flare through your ribs, like you're tucking your tailbone in a little bit. Get long through your spine. You might stay here. Maybe reach your right fingertips forward as you continue to press back into your right shin. And take a few breaths into your left inner thigh, your right waist. Inhale. And exhale, release. Both hands can come down to the floor. You'll send your right leg back, walk your left foot out towards the left. We'll point your left toes towards that left diagonal. Maybe walk your arms forward, maybe lower down to your forearms. If you're somewhere in between, you can always take a block under your forearms. Then cross your left arm towards the right diagonal. And once you get there, push your left pinky toe side of your left foot down, pull your left hip back, roll your left shoulder down. And then breathe, because I know I'm feeling a lot of things here. And sometimes the tendency is to stop breathing or hold our breath when we feel a lot. Almost like an escape or an avoidance. And the best thing you can do is to just become aware of that. And as soon as you do, immediately start breathing again. You make your way back to your hands. And again, we have two options for this last one. Your left hand can come to your left thigh and just take a little bit of a heart opener here as you outer rotate your left hip. Other option is to bend your right knee as you reach back for your right foot with your left hand. And then take a moment to open and expand, and then maybe draw your foot towards your right glute. Wherever you end up, keep your belly engaged. Keep your chest reaching up and forward. Take one more breath. Good. And you'll softly release hands to mat. Tuck your right toes under. Step it right back once again, downward facing dog. Full breath in. Full breath out. Okay, tiptoe your feet all the way up towards your hands. Once you get there, we'll take our feet about mat distance apart. Point your heels and your toes out, come right into a yogi squat. So hips come down. If you need to sit on a block here, if you need support, go for it. Hands will come into heart, open up your chest, press your knees away from you, or away from each other if you can. And if you're comfortable here, you can always stay here. If you want to take a little bit of a side bend, left arm will extend out towards the left. Right arm will reach up to open up your front right chest. Good, big breath in. Exhale, release. Right arm out and down. Inhale, your left arm goes up. Inhale. And exhale, softly release. Lift your hips. Walk your feet all the way together. And then from here, lift your heels up and just place your hips all the way down onto the floor. Yeah. So Baddha Konasana, you'll take the soles of your feet together. We want to leave a little bit of room so that we can slide our forearms underneath our shins. And I like to cup my feet with my palms. With a breath in, try to halfway lift, lengthen your spine. Exhale, forward fold. And I feel this in my lower back, so I really send my breath into my low back. You might feel some things in your hips. And without releasing your hands, halfway lift again. You'll release your right arm, taking your right hand to your right thigh, just above your knee. And then pull a little bit so your left forearm is really connected to your left shin. And as you pull on your left shin, you'll start to lean back so you feel supported. And then press your right thigh away from you. Open your chest. I like to look up, because when you look up, normally your body's going to follow your gaze. Yeah, breathe into your right waist here. Big inhale. I love this one. Exhale, softly release. Let's take your right arm under and we'll open to the left. The left arm comes out towards the left thigh. Give yourself some support by resisting a little bit with your forearm, and then press that thigh away from you as you open up. Okay, and then unwind, come back into center. You can take both arms out from underneath your legs. Take a moment to simply lift your left knee and then turn your left knee into half of a hero's pose. So your left knee points straight forward. The sole of your right foot is going to line up with your left quad. That's what that is. And then from here, walk your hands back into the right. Now I want you to actually lift up your left hip here. This is going to be a nice stretch in your left quad, maybe your psoas, your back, your waist. So option 1, you'll just walk your hands towards the back of your mat. Engage your belly so you're not just twisting your lower back. Some people, this is going to be enough of a stretch already. It can be really nice in your low back, but you don't want to over twist it. Some people may drop their right forearm down, so see if that feels good for you. If it does, you can take it deeper by also dropping your left forearm down. Yeah. If that feels like too much, you can undo the twist a little bit, so come a little further to your left. If you want to play with a slightly different variation, I think it also feels great to walk your left fingertips out as far as you can, lifting up your left elbow. And just getting really long from your left knee towards your fingertips. Come back up to your hands. Unwind. Bring the soles of your feet together. And just sit tall for a moment, just finding neutral at your spine. Lengthen. And then turn your right knee forward. So we'll switch sides. Bring your right knee to point forward. Top of your right foot is down. When you're ready, walk your hands to the left. Lift your right hip bone up. This side might feel more flexible, it might feel a lot less flexible, so you may stop here, you may lower down towards your left forearm, maybe also to your right. Yeah, and then again, the last option would be to walk your right fingertips out as far as they can go. One thing to watch out for is that you're not feeling any pain in your lower back. Right? Intuitively, we should know the difference between pain and an intense stretch sensation, or maybe even like you're working your muscles. And if you ever find that you're in pain, I hope that you take the initiative to come out of it or adjust it enough until that pain is no longer present. And come back to your hands. Make your way back onto your bum. Take your right foot down. And right away, we'll lean back. So just drop your back all the way to the floor. Scooch forward a little bit. Yeah, and then from here, rock a little side to side. And we'll finish up just by taking your arms out into a T. If you're short on space, you can always take your goalpost arms. Then drop both of your knees to your left. Once you arrive there, again, we have many options. Option 1, you stay here. If you want a little bit of pressure, you can take your left hand to your right thigh. And one of my favorite twists is to straighten my right leg here and catch my right leg in my left hand, my right foot in my left hand. You can end here and just practice pressing your right hip towards the front of your mat, or you can also take your left foot and try to bend it back behind you, catching your left foot in your right hand. And I like to press both of my feet into both hands, get as long as I can through my waist. You might get a nice something in your right IT band as well. Gently unwind. Come back into center, draw both knees in, give yourself a little bit of a squeeze. Okay, and then from here, drop both of your knees to your right. Option one, you just stay here, maybe add a little pressure to your left thigh with your right arm. Maybe extend your left leg, catch your foot in your right hand. You can also send your right knee towards the front of your mat as you reach back and grab your right foot with your left arm. And when it comes to twisting, before there's any kind of twist happening in the spine, you need to create length in the spine for a nice healthy twist. So press that left hip bone forward. Take a nice big breath in. And then softly release, come back to center. Hug your knees in one last time. Maybe draw some circles with your knees just to sort of shake out your legs a little. And take it the opposite direction. And then come into Supta Baddha Konasana, taking the soles of your feet down to the floor, opening your knees wide. You can place one hand on your belly and one hand on your heart. Get comfortable. And then take a moment just to simply find gratitude for stepping onto your mat today, dedicating this time to your wellness, your body, your happiness, whatever your reasoning for showing up was. Acknowledge yourself for doing so. Close your eyes, allow your breath to quiet, and just take a few more moments on your own to just simply marinate in your practice and be present.